Trump accuses Comey of spreading lies after latest rebuke. Former President Trump went after James Comey Friday, after the former FBI director suggested prosecutors could have enough to convict Trump in his criminal hush money case. Next breaking news: GOP gets scalps in COVID probe, but origin of virus still a mystery. The GOP-controlled subcommittee on the coronavirus pandemic appears to be swaying the Biden administration with its exhaustive examinations targeting groups and individuals with links to the unproven COVID-19 lab leak theory. Next breaking news: 5 hurdles that could trip Trump up as he tries to retake the White House. Former President Trump is the slight favorite to win November's election with less than 6 months to go. Next breaking news: Trump rants about bookkeeping error in latest attack on hush money judge. Former President Trump took to social media Friday evening, lashing out at the judge overseeing his hush money trial, suggesting the charges in the case were based on a simple bookkeeping error. Next breaking news: amendment killing nationally legal cannabis makes it into House Farm Bill. A ban on intoxicating hemp products has made it into the House version of the Farm Bill. Next breaking news: RFK Jr. pointedly attacks Trump over COVID response in Libertarian Party speech. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. targeted former President Trump over his administration's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic as he spoke to Libertarians during their party convention Friday. Next breaking news: Trump VP prospect Doug Burgum endorses Kari Lake in Arizona Senate race. North Dakota Gov. Doug Burgum, a rising Republican star whose name has been floated as a potential running mate for former President Trump, has endorsed GOP hopeful Kari Lake in Arizona's Senate race. Next breaking news: Biden campaign plans to get more aggressive once Trump trial ends. Washington, with a verdict in Donald Trump's hush money trial set to come as soon as next week, President Joe Biden's campaign is exploring a shift to a new, more aggressive posture, according to 2 people familiar with the strategy. Next breaking news: Trump's Truth Social struggles to grow its user base. According to new data, nearly 2.5 years after its launch, Truth Social is struggling to hang on to its small U.S. user base, according to new data on the microblogging platform launched by former President Donald Trump's media company. Next breaking news: prosecutors in Trump classified documents case seek to bar him from making statements that endangered law enforcement. Federal prosecutors on Friday asked the judge overseeing the classified documents case against Donald Trump to bar the former president from public statements that pose a significant, imminent, and foreseeable danger to law enforcement agents participating in the prosecution. Next breaking news: Trump says his relationship with Vladimir Putin will help free jailed Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich. Former United States President Donald Trump says his relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin will help free jailed Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich. Next breaking news: Biden and tariff exclusions on hundreds of Chinese products. The tariffs on hundreds of imported Chinese goods were first imposed under President Donald Trump starting in 2018. Next breaking news: Kabosu, dog meme and Dogecoin inspiration, dies at 18. Kabosu, the dog behind the Doge meme, which in turn inspired the cryptocurrency Dogecoin, has died at the age of 18, according to her owner. Next breaking news: fake X accounts posting about presidential election are proliferating. New research: fake accounts on the social platform X that have been posting about the U.S. presidential election are spreading across the platform, a social media analysis reported by Reuters found. Next breaking news: Louisiana becomes first state to criminalize abortion pills without prescription. Louisiana became the first state to criminalize abortion pills without a valid prescription Friday, when the state's Republican governor signed a controversial bill declaring 2 abortion medications as controlled substances. Next breaking news: UN Security Council passes motion denouncing attacks on aid workers. The United Nations Security Council has passed a resolution denouncing attacks on UN staff and aid workers in conflict zones as record numbers of UN personnel have been killed in Israel's war on the Gaza Strip. Next breaking news: after northern distraction, Russia steps up attacks on Ukraine's east. Russia has intensified its attacks on the strategically important town of Chasiv Yar and other targets in Ukraine's east, taking advantage of the fact that some Ukrainian units were diverted to fight its new incursion in the northern region of Kharkiv. Next breaking news: Japan, South Korea announce sanctions over Russia-North Korea arms trade. Japan and South Korea have announced separate sanctions packages targeting companies, vessels, or individuals allegedly involved in supplying North Korean weapons to Russia for use in Ukraine, in violation of United Nations resolutions. Next breaking news: fearing war with China, civilians in Taiwan prepare for disaster. Taipei, Taiwan, a missile has struck Taiwan's capital and wreaked devastation on an otherwise peaceful park. Next breaking news: Africa's cholera crisis worsens amid extreme weather events. Extreme weather events that have relentlessly hit parts of Africa in the last 3 years have caused crises of hunger and displacement. The storms, floods and drought also leave another deadly threat behind, some of the continent's worst outbreaks of cholera. Next breaking news: Israel's war on Gaza. Live news: attacks intensify despite ICJ order. Israel calls the ICJ binding order to immediately stop its assault on Rafah outrageous, morally repugnant and disgusting, says accusations it is committing genocide in Gaza are false. Next breaking news: ICJ orders Israel to halt its offensive on Rafah, Gaza. In new ruling, judges at the top United Nations Court ordered Israel to halt its offensive in the southern Gaza city of Rafah and withdraw from the enclave, in a case brought by South Africa accusing Israel of genocide, citing immense risk to the Palestinian population. Next breaking news: world reacts to ICJ's order for Israel to stop Rafah offensive. The top United Nations Court has ordered Israel to immediately halt its military assault on Rafah, describing the humanitarian situation in the southern Gaza city, where hundreds of thousands of civilians are sheltering, as disastrous. Next breaking news: Italy to resume UNRWA funding as Gaza faces humanitarian crisis. Italy has announced it will restore funding for the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees months after it suspended aid to the agency over Israeli allegations linking UN staff to the deadly October 7th attack. Next breaking news: worms, insects infest Gaza. Bound food stuck rotting in Egyptian sun. Worms and insects are eating up shipments of food originally meant for the people of Gaza. The trucks carrying them have been stuck on the Egyptian side of the border for weeks after Israel closed the Rafah border crossing in early May. Next breaking news: Chile arrests firefighter for allegedly starting deadly blaze in February. Authorities in Chile have arrested a firefighter and a forestry official on suspicion of starting a blaze that killed 137 people in the resort city of Vina del Mar in February. Next breaking news: some 45,000 Rohingya flee amid allegations of beheading, burning in Myanmar. Escalating violence in conflict-torn Myanmar's Rakhine state has forced another 45,000 minority Rohingya to flee, the United Nations warned, amid allegations of beheadings, killings and burnings of property. Next breaking news: rescuers search rubble after over 300 buried in Papua New Guinea. Landslide rescue teams have arrived at the site of an enormous landslide in Papua New Guinea's remote highlands, helping villagers search for hundreds of people feared dead under towering mounds of rubble and mud. Next breaking news: Colombia's ex-president Uribe charged with witness tampering. Former Colombian President Alvaro Uribe has been charged with witness tampering and bribery, becoming the first head of the state to face a criminal trial in the Latin American nation. Next breaking news: what's behind Norway's recognition of Palestinian statehood? Norway, alongside Ireland and Spain, recently announced its decision to formally recognize Palestinian statehood based on the pre-1967 borders, starting from Tuesday. Next breaking news: Caleb Carr, military historian and author of best-selling novel The Alienist, dies at 68. New York. Caleb Carr, the scarred and gifted son of beat poet Lucien Carr, who endured a traumatizing childhood and became a best-selling novelist, accomplished military historian and late-life memoirist of his devoted cat, Masha, has died at 68. Next breaking news: Morgan Spurlock, documentary filmmaker behind Super Size Me, dies at 53. Morgan Spurlock, the muckraking documentary filmmaker who chronicled a 30-day period when he ate only McDonald's food in the Oscar-nominated Super Size Me, a project that helped raise awareness about the dangers of poor nutrition, died Thursday in New York from complications of cancer. Next breaking news: storms will rumble into Memorial Day weekend as nearly 44 million travel for the holiday. Nearly 44 million people are traveling this Memorial Day weekend, but severe spring weather will put a damper on some of the festivities with showers and thunderstorms forecast across the country along with scorching heat in South Texas and Florida. Next breaking news: advertisers boost spending at retailers such as Walmart and Amazon as TV shrinks. The next frontier for the ad market isn't on TV, it's at screens near points of sale. Next breaking news: Senate Democrats seek meeting with Chief Justice John Roberts after Alito flagged controversy. Washington, Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Dick Durbin and Subcommittee Head Sin Sheldon Whitehouse are seeking a meeting with Chief Justice John Roberts to discuss ethics issues at the Supreme Court after reports of flags flown outside Justice Samuel Alito's home sparked outrage. Next breaking news: bird flu detected in beef tissue for first time, USDA says, but beef is safe to eat. Bird flu has been detected in beef for the first time, the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced Friday, but officials said the meat from a single sickened dairy cow was not allowed to enter the nation's food supply and beef remains safe to eat. Next breaking news: NASA says Boeing Starliner crew capsule safe to fly as is with small helium leak after nearly 3 weeks of exhaustive tests and data analysis. NASA managers said Friday they are confident Boeing's oft-delayed Starliner crew capsule can safely launch as is on June 1st, saying a small helium leak in the ship's propulsion system does not pose a flight safety concern. Next breaking news: families of Uvalde shooting victims sue Meta, video game company and gun manufacturer. Exactly 2 years after the Uvalde school massacre, families of victims Friday filed multiple state lawsuits in California and Texas against social media giant Meta, Activision, the maker of the popular video game Call of Duty, and Daniel Defense, the manufacturer of the AR-15, which the teen gunman used in the shooting. Next breaking news: a rare 6-planet alignment will occur next month. Here's what to know. This year has already amazed skygazers with a rare solar eclipse and a geomagnetic storm that caused stunning northern lights displays around the world, but there are still more incredible cosmic displays to come. 6 planets are expected to align next month, creating what the Weather Channel refers to as a planetary parade. Next breaking news: family members infected with brain worms after eating undercooked bear meat. A number of family members who shared a meal of bear meat that one of the family members had harvested earlier were subsequently infected with brain worms, according to a new report from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Next breaking news: legendary U.S. World War II submarine located 3,000 feet underwater off the Philippines. The final resting place of an iconic U.S. Navy submarine that was sunk 80 years ago during World War II was located 3,000 feet below the ocean's surface, the Naval History and Heritage Command said Thursday. Next breaking news: athletic clubs. Inaki Williams played with shard of glass in his foot for 2 years. Ghanaian soccer star Inaki Williams unknowingly played 2 years with a 2-centimeter shard of glass in his left foot, his coach revealed Friday. Next breaking news: Missouri lawmaker says his daughter and her husband were killed in Haiti while working as missionaries. The daughter and son-in-law of Missouri House of Representatives member Ben Baker were killed while serving as missionaries in Haiti, the politician said on social media. Next breaking news: St. Cloud raid seizes THC products more than 100 times legal limit. Police say St. Cloud, Minnesota, more than 30 pounds of illegal THC gummies, some more than 100 times the legal limit, have been seized from a local St. Cloud business. Next breaking news: families of Marines killed in Osprey crash sue aircraft makers. For families of Marines who died in a 2022 V-22 Osprey crash in California have filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the manufacturers of the military aircraft, accusing the companies of not disclosing known safety issues to the Pentagon. Next breaking news: Justice Department takes on Live Nation. Ticketmaster. The Justice Department sued Live Nation and its subsidiary Ticketmaster on Thursday, accusing the concert promotion and ticketing companies of blocking competition in the live entertainment industry. Next breaking news: bipartisan senators introduce bill to fight non-consensual deepfake porn. A bipartisan group of lawmakers introduced a bill Thursday that would make it illegal to share deepfake pornographic images and videos without consent. Next breaking news: LeVar Burton, Roger Goodell among guests at White House's Kenya State Dinner. A state dinner for Kenya at the White House will count actors LeVar Burton and Sean Penn and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell among its guests. Next breaking news: more than £1 million of aid has reached Palestinians in Gaza through coastal pier. More than £1 million of aid has reached the people of Gaza through a new U.S. military pier, but incoming assistance across the besieged coastal territory remains far below levels that responders want to see. Next breaking news: 2/3 of Americans worried about political violence after Election Day. Poll: 2/3 of American adults said they are concerned extremists will commit acts of violence following the 2024 election if they are unhappy with the results, according to a poll released Thursday. Next breaking news: Mark Cuban defends Biden, bashes Trump on economy. Billionaire investor and television personality Mark Cuban defended the state of the economy under President Biden and bashed former President Trump on Friday, arguing that Trump squandered the strong economy he received from former President Obama. Next breaking news: long COVID research advocates hammer Biden over minimal funding in budget request. Long COVID research advocates slammed the Biden administration over minimal funding for long COVID in its budget request for the National Institutes of Health for fiscal year 2025. Next breaking news: Louisiana Republicans vote to criminalize possession of abortion pills. Possession of abortion pills without a prescription could soon be illegal in Louisiana after Republicans in the state legislature passed a first-of-its-kind bill that designates the pills as dangerous controlled substances. Next breaking news: House Republicans rail against Northwestern, Rutgers for cutting deals with protesters. Republicans on the House Education Committee went on the offensive during a Thursday hearing on college anti-Semitism that largely focused on deals Northwestern and Rutgers universities made with pro-Palestinian protesters to get their encampments taken down without police force. Next breaking news: House passes bill barring Federal Reserve from issuing digital dollar. The House passed a bill Thursday barring the Federal Reserve from issuing a central bank digital currency unless it has explicit authorization from Congress. Next breaking news: weight loss drugs reduce kidney complication risks. Study: the active ingredient in Ozempic and Wegovy may help reduce the risk of kidney failure in those with type 2 diabetes and chronic kidney disease, according to a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine. Next breaking news: House Committee adopts amendment to rehire troops fired for refusing COVID vaccine. The House Armed Services Committee on Wednesday adopted an amendment to the annual defense policy bill that would push the Department of Defense to rehire U.S. service members who were fired for refusing the COVID-19 vaccine. Next breaking news: daily marijuana use now more common than daily drinking. Analysis: a growing portion of Americans are reporting daily and near-daily marijuana use, in numbers now higher than the share of daily and near-daily alcohol drinkers, according to a new analysis. Next breaking news: study finds higher risk of psychotic disorders among teens who use marijuana. A study published Wednesday found a higher risk of psychotic disorders among teens who use marijuana. Next breaking news: UK PM Rishi Sunak takes time away amid mass exodus of MPs after declaring a general election for July 4th. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is reportedly spending his first Saturday with his closest advisors as he takes an unusual step of a day away from public events over the first weekend of the campaign. Next breaking news: Pakistan PM Sharif to visit China next month for formal launch of second phase of CPC. Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif will visit China in the first week of next month to join the formal launching of the second phase of the $60 billion China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, according to a media report on Saturday. Next breaking news: families of Uvalde school shooting victims sue Meta, Microsoft, gunmaker. Families of the victims of the 2022 elementary school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, filed 2 lawsuits on Friday against Instagram's parent company Meta, Activision Blizzard, and its parent Microsoft and the gunmaker Daniel Defense, claiming they cooperated to market dangerous weapons to impressionable teens such as the Uvalde shooter. Next breaking news: Singapore Air tweaks seatbelt sign policy, alters route after turbulence incidents. Singapore Airlines has tweaked its in-flight seatbelt sign policies and altered at least one flight route after a turbulence incident this week killed 1 person and left dozens more hospitalized, according to the airline and flight data. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for getting latest update of United States, trending news and top stories about U.S.